Wednesday, just one more day before New Year's Eve, and we look to get back on track. Terrible day yesterday, terrible day the last few days. We jump back on track. We got 2 bowl games for today. We've got to play in both of those. Of course, we're at almost 11:30, and bowl games start at noon. So we also have the Cotton Bowl going late tonight. So we've got 2 bowl games for you, 1 college basketball, 1 NBA. All right, so here we go. We're going to make this kind of rapid fire today so people can get in on these. The dogs are barking. I know maybe that's a sign again. We've got, what is it, the Mayo Bowl, the Duke's Mayo Bowl. I mean, what a name. Wake Forest versus Wisconsin here. And we've seen this line, a fair amount of movement on this line. The line opened at 7. Now we see Wisconsin favored by 9.5, total of 51.5. And I don't have a top play on this game. And one of the reasons why is because I just don't know what to make of the Big Ten this year. I mean, you know, we've seen such little. I mean, we only seen 6 games from Wisconsin. We only seen 6 games from Ohio State. I mean, it's tough to have strong opinions on teams when you play such few amount of games. Usually bowl season, we have 12, 13 games on these top teams. But to me, I don't know. You're getting this many points. It seems like Wake Forest, they hung with some of the better teams in the ACC at times this year. So I kind of think you have to take Wake Forest here, getting the 9.5. We see Wake Forest 6-2 against the spread on the year. You know, Wisconsin just 2-4. After that, I think it was Illinois they played opening week. They hammered them. Then they went on that long COVID break. Since then, they went 1-4 against the spread down the stretch. So to me, I think you have to take Wake Forest plus the points. So that's what we're going to do. Like I said, not a super strong opinion on this game, so take it with a grain of salt. If you have a better opinion, go with yours. But as always, don't forget, if you haven't done so, hit that thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, but most importantly, put in the comments who you like. Tell us who you like. After the fact, everybody's always 100% picker, but tell us who you like before the game starts. Of course, like I said yesterday, last 2 days, you know, my picks are always documented. They're here for everybody. They're free. We only know what you pick if you put it in the comments. So continue to put in the comments and share, like all the stuff you do. We appreciate all the positive talk. See, Long likes Wisconsin. I'm guessing with the points because hopefully you're not taking the money line. Wake Forest with the points for Corey. This one, I would imagine if we polled 100 people doing this video, I'm guessing you're going to end up with about a 50-50 because 9.5 points is a ton of points. So that's why I like Wake Forest getting the – and the dogs are barking. So, hey, maybe it's telling us something. So that's what I like in the early game. Now, my top play of the day is going in the late Cotton Bowl game. This is the 8 o'clock, of course, in Jerry World. Florida versus Oklahoma. And this was going to be a great matchup. But then, of course, Florida – basically, every guy that can catch a ball decided that they were going to be off. I think Florida's top 4 receiving threats, are all going to be out in this one. So we've seen this line go from Florida favored by 2.5 when it opened to now Oklahoma all the way up to 6.5. I mean, just yesterday it was 3.5. It's been bet up to 6.5. I wouldn't talk anybody off Oklahoma because I always say when these teams start to have all these guys opt out, it kind of sends a message to the rest of your team like, these guys are kind of jumping ship. And I don't blame them. Because obviously it's a COVID year, all that, and these guys have bigger things in the draft plan. So but my top play in this is going to be on the over. I still think Florida will be able to move the ball, and I definitely think Oklahoma will be able to move the ball. We've seen how good Lincoln Riley is when he has time to prepare. Offensive genius. I really think Lincoln Riley would make a really good NFL coach. If I was the NFL and I would be trying to break the bank to bring Lincoln Riley in. But I like the over here. I think the offensive genius of Lincoln Riley. I think Oklahoma gets 45 to 50 points. And I think Florida, even without all those receivers, it's Florida teams. They always have receivers. They always have speed. I think they'll have enough to get this over 64.5 in that one. So I like the over as my top play in that Cotton Bowl matchup. But don't forget, if you haven't done so, you always bet our best bets over at Picks and Parlays, all kinds of videos over at YouTube and at Facebook. And then always, if hit that thumbs up on our videos, subscribe, and then always tell us what you think. Tell us who you like. Tell us, leave in the comments on either this video or any of our other videos who you like. Be part of the team. Be part of the Picks and Parlays team. Tell us who you like. If you have questions, concerns, we try to answer them. And even sometimes you guys, the commenters, answer the other commenters' questions. So another top play for not a top play, but just under a top play, 4.5-star play in college basketball today. Duquesne versus St. Louis, or at St. Louis. St. Louis has been one of the better teams that nobody's talking about, and I think they go. They handle business at home here tonight. They are big favorite. Oh, you got to be kidding me! This game is now postponed. I put this in just a few hours ago. Okay, this game is postponed. So scratch that. I mean, that is something. It's definitely a COVID year. All right, my second best play in college basketball. We'll go to that. This is just a 4.5-star play. We got Penn State at Indiana. This is a late game, 8:30. Indiana favored by 5.5. Total of 141 in this one. And when I was looking at this one, I was thinking under, and that was when the line opened at 138. Now it's 141. I think if Penn State's going to stay in this game, it has to be with their defense. They have to slow it down, play more half court. So I like the under 141, Penn State and Indiana. So under 141, that's what we're in for instead of, like I said, Duquesne, St. Louis. Unfortunately, I was going to take St. Louis on that one. But Penn State at Indiana, we're taking the under 141 as a 4-star play. Now, NBA, a lot of these games were late games because some of these teams are playing in back-to-back. There's only one game I like today, 4-star play. Another late game, 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, Blazers at the Clippers. And I think this Clippers team, after you are down 50 points at halftime, record in the NBA, by the way, I think this team is going to be on a mission here in the next 2 weeks or so. They're going to play a lot better. I like the over 226.5 in that one. I think the Blazers will score their fair share of points. And I think when the Clippers play well, they share the ball, they move the ball, they're more up-tempo. And over, I think, is a solid play here. So over 226.5, 4-star play. So those are my 4 plays in for December 30th, Wednesday, December 30th. Tell us who you like. Continue to put in the comments who you like. Mark likes Tennessee. Mitchell likes the Spurs. Phil likes he's jumping on the bandwagon here over in that game, the Cotton Bowl. Jerome thinks it's going to be a shootout. I think it's going to be a shootout because Oklahoma is going to score tons of points because that Florida defense, I'm pretty sure Alabama's still scoring on them last week. I mean, they couldn't stop Alabama. They just could not stop Alabama. So I like the over. I think Florida defense will allow tons of points in that one. All right, so we're going to do a recap real quick here, as I always do at the end. So I'm going to do it in order of how I like the games. So Cotton Bowl, over 64.5 in the Cotton Bowl, Florida versus Oklahoma. I wouldn't talk anybody off the Oklahoma minus 6.5. I think Florida's going to get absolutely hammered in that one. I think they lose by double digits. I just think when you have this many good players opt out, I think it sends a message to the team, and that's usually not good come bowl season. And then I like in the early bowl, the Mayo Bowl, whatever that, Duke's Mayo Bowl, Wake Forest versus Wisconsin. I'm taking Wake Forest plus the 9.5 in that one. If you look at a total on that one, I kind of think under would be the play, but I hate playing unders in bowl games. I just think it's there's just so many easy points, it seems like. All right, and then we go to another 4-star play. I like the over in the Blazers at the Clippers, over 226.5 in the NBA. And then a fill-in game for college basketball because the St. Louis game got canceled. Penn State at Indiana, I like the under 141. This one's been bet up. I probably would wait on this till later in the evening because it looks like there's a lot of steam on the over here, and hopefully we can maybe even get an extra half a point. It all matters. When you can get an extra half point, you take it. So, but I like the under 141. Those are only a 1 5-star play, and that's the over in the Florida-Oklahoma game. All these other ones, 4-star plays. Not the biggest card today in sports betting card today. So I just like the one game. Big day tomorrow, of course. We've got all the playoff games. And then someone talked about the Bearcats. Bearcats play tomorrow. No, they play on Friday. So next 2 days, going to have tons of cards. I'm going to be on tonight. We're going to be doing the live cap with Allie Burns and Kurt Alexander. It's going to be about 8 o'clock, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. And we'll be talking NFL, this NFL Week 17. And then I'll try to either go early tomorrow or later tonight and get all the plays up for New Year's Eve because we do have a ton of plays up, and some of them go early. So make sure you turn on notifications, you hit that thumbs up, and so that way you don't miss out on anything. But most importantly, tell us who you like. Tell us in the comments who you like. Even if you're watching this after the fact, tell us who you like for today. So once again, over 64.5. That's my top play, 5-star play. Going to take Wake Forest as a 4-star play plus the points. And then over in the Clippers-Blazers game and under in Penn State, Indiana in college hoops tonight. That's my 4 plays, just 4 plays for Wednesday, December 30th. All right, guys, we'll see you again on tonight. If you pay attention to the live cap, we'll be in on later tonight. So, all right, guys, take it easy. See you again on Thursday.